Hey YouTube, it's Marita and welcome to another edition of the Nurse Lounge. And as you can see, I'm back in my room and I'm happy to be back here doing content for you. And in this video, we've already talked about nurse bullying. We already talked about it, right? I've talked about nurse bullying from probably over a year or so ago now. Nurse bullying from the student's perspective. I've talked about in terms of other students or not students. I've talked about nurse bullying from like the hospital's perspective, like other nurses bullying either nursing students or other nurses, nurses either young phenomena. I've also talked about nurse bullying from an instructor's perspective in terms of an instructor bullying a student. But in this video, I want to show you a prime example. And this is from TikTok. So I'm going to insert a screenshot or something of the message that was left. And then I encourage you to go over to TikTok and find the video and watch it in its entirety. But I want to talk about right here on this video that your girl was a victim of nurse bullying on TikTok. And I want you, if you go to the video on TikTok, you'll see how I handled it. But the reason why I'm making this video again is because for some reason we tend to think, when we think nurses either young, we think literally young, meaning that someone who's a new nurse. So you just graduated, we think like that. But I want to go ahead and show you in this video or in this little excerpt that I'm going to put in at some point that the person who was bullying me, and you will see she was gaslighting and she was bullying, was a nurse who'd been a nurse for 40 years. Now, I've only been a nurse for 17 years. So, of course, she trumps me in terms of, years experience, right? But what she was bullying about was that she has 40 years experience. And she was basically trying to say that in one of my videos, I sounded very uneducated. Basically because she didn't like the message, but it was basically that I sounded uneducated and that this was very ugly of me to talk the way I was talking. And she has worked alongside many physicians, or no, MDs is what she said, and I should represent myself accordingly. Well, first and foremost, in the video, I was never saying that I was a medical doctor, so that's where she was wrong. And she had lost Kool-Aid points with me when she came disrespectful. If she didn't like something I was said, that's fine. But nurses should be united, not divided. And so I really want to talk about the fact that I want you to understand that nurse bullying is something that will continue to happen throughout your career unless you say something about it. So in my comments over there, people were saying things like, well, don't address it, da 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 da. No, that's part of the problem. So if you're being bullied, whether you are a new nurse or whether you are a seasoned nurse like myself, bullying is bullying. And for whatever reason, the narrative has been written that we need to be silent. You don't do that. Why would we condone bullying? So I'm saying all that to say, I need you to not remain silent. I need you to stand up against bullying, nurse bullying specifically. I need you to stand up and understand that you're never immune to it. Whether it be because you are the new nurse, whether it be because you are the nurse who, the nurse who been doing it for years, but because there's somebody who's always had more experience than you, he or she may always look down upon you because you don't have the experience that they have. They're better than you in their own way. But as you know, nurse bullying means that that person, the one who's bullying, is actually insecure within themselves, because secure people don't go around mistreating people on purpose. So this particular person was very jealous in my mind because of the fact that I have achieved something that she did not achieve, which that is what it is. But nothing is stopping from another person from achieving what they want to achieve. I have nothing to do with somebody's indiscretions, inadequacies, or anything else like that. So I want you all to know bullying does not stop just because you're not a new nurse. A lot of times you will realize that you're being bullied when you go to a new facility. It's kind of like a hazing process that people want to do. And I have a younger face, even though I am 43, I have a younger face. And so people tend to think that they can look at me and think that they can talk to me any kind of way when I am not the one. So that's something that I really want, people to be mindful of, that I'm not the one. So I say all that to say, watch how people treat you And do not allow people to mistreat you and think it's okay. And you continue to say things like, well, that's just how he or she is. No, ma'am, no, sir. We're not going to give excuses for anybody to treat us like that. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. So when you say they treat you bad, it's because you allowed it. You allowed it. Now, I'm speaking of, you don't be mistreated by anyone. You shouldn't be mistreated by anyone. You just shouldn't. So with all due respect, you say, you know what? I don't like how I'm being treated. You say things like that. That was disrespectful. That was rude. Whatever you want to say, that's professional. And again, as I say with anything else, you need to go up the chain of command if this continues. In my particular case, it was a TikTok. It was just a TikTok. Okay. So there was nobody to go up to. However, I had a retort when she made that post. And you would have to go over to TikTok to see what the rebuttal was. If I can post it here, I don't think I actually have the video anymore. If I can post it here, I will. I will tell you it's going to be up and down, so you have to flip your camera or whatever. It is going to be straight up and down, not like horizontal like YouTube videos are. So forgive that part if I can't insert it. If I can't insert it for some reason, then I will, you will have to go direct over to TikTok and look at it there. But anyway, I just wanted to do this video because I wanted you to know that, guess what? I'm not even immune to being nurse bullied. I'm not immune myself. So it can happen to anyone. It doesn't matter the education level you have. It doesn't matter anything like that. It's what you'll find is about people who are truly insecure within themselves who want to bring you down. And as you all know, Dr. Marita P ain't the one. So anyway, that's all I want to talk about in this video. If you have things you want me to talk about, comment those below. I happen to love doing these videos. I'm back at home doing them more. I can be more free here at home discussing things without being censored because I'm at work. And so I enjoy it. Comment things below that you want me to talk about, and head over to TikTok and find me over there. I actually do a lot of live over there. I do live here now on Fridays. I do live. So you can join us on Fridays, usually around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You would have to check the community tab to see when I'm going live because I usually post it every week. But definitely do that. And until the next time, follow me on IG. But until the next time, I will see you all later. Have a good day. And another one. So as nurses, we should actually be united and not divided. That is what integrity means. That's a second definition for integrity if you looked it up. And you are wanting to come and divide us as nurses because you don't agree with something that I said. So sometimes we could agree to disagree. But what you will not do is come on my page and tell me that I sound uneducated because you don't like the message. Also, if you've been a nurse for 40 years, you've been a nurse almost as long as I've been alive. Which means to me that you should be actually more educated than I am, or at least have more experience than I do. But we can clearly see that you do not, because for some reason, because I said doctor, you automatically assume that doctor meant medical doctor. So if your education that you have should have taught you that there's more doctors than just medical doctors. Now you sound uneducated and you lack integrity because you lack the division of, or you want to uphold the division of nurses instead of us being united. Now, if you actually watched the actual video, you would have seen that somebody came to attack me for the lack of the fact that I have education and they do not. That's the reason why they made the comment in the first place. So you're basically siding with them, which means you lack integrity because you are further dividing us as nurses to understand that nurses don't just mean BSN. It doesn't mean just MSN. It doesn't mean just LPN, but it can mean DNP, Doctor of Nursing Practice, which you don't have. So yet again, when you use the word integrity, make sure you use it in the correct context of what you're speaking of, because you actually displayed the lack of integrity because you're trying to divide us as nurses and not keep us united on a united front, because it's us against them, not us against each other. But you have painted a different picture because you lack integrity, my friend. You have a good day. If I'm not here for you, if you don't like something that I say, what you are showing is that you are insecure within yourself because you have no need to comment on something that doesn't even pertain to you. When someone attacks me and comes to me about a situation that deals with me, and if it doesn't have anything to do with you, why are you commenting on it? Stay in your lane, RN, okay? From Dr. Marita P. I don't have tolerance for people who act like you, who think because you have 40 years of nursing experience, that means something to me. Because you, my friend, have displayed ignorance, and you have also displayed the lack of integrity. Now go look it up. use the word correctly, and you have a good day.